and well, that maybe shows a hint of desperation a bit, really. I mean, I guess that winning habit forces you to do those extra bits and pieces. We're going to see another yellow card now, and that's Nathaniel Klein, and they're just getting a little bit frustrated here at Liverpool.
They are. It's not Klein's first challenge as well, and he's very late. I mean, you could, if you're going to be kind to him, say he's a little bit rusty. He's not played that much football, but he's so late. He kicks the foot in the air of Marcus Alonso. Alonso, fortunate his foot was in the air, otherwise that could have been nasty, and another probably deserved yellow card.
Exactly. I didn't think that was any worse than. In fact, it wasn't worse than Milner's, who didn't get anything. And they're both borderline red cards. Those, I mean, potential ankle breakers, aren't they? Terrible fouls. Anyway, Chelsea with the ball to the far post. But out comes Karras this time. It's a nice claim. Rudiger's impeding him, hauling his way out there, and that'll be a free kick. But he won't mind. He's just wasted a little bit of time. 42 minutes on the clock, and it's goalless as the ball is over the head of Robertson, who'd continued his little run along, and well, Azpilicueta dinky chip to clear his lines. The ball looks like it will go out of play.
Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0, and Chelsea, since taking the lead, have looked quite calm and confident really for the first time in the game. Cesc Fabregas was allowed to ghost into the Liverpool penalty area unmarked just after the goal, and his cross-come shot went flying across the 6-yard box. Any kind of touch and it surely would have been in the back of the net. Liverpool, for their part, have got a little bit frustrated since falling behind. Mo Salah has been booked for diving, rightly so, on the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. Nathaniel Klein's also gone into the book for a late challenge on Marcus Alonso. So this game is starting to turn on its head. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
So Milner now playing out from the back in the right back position, and Klein, little ball into the middle, but in the end Salah has the ball taken off him, but the ball flicked out of play off a blue shirt. And well, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. But it ain't about possession or anything like it. It's about putting the ball in the back of the net, and Chelsea have managed to do that. So far, Courtois have been the busier of the keepers, and has had a couple of regulation saves to make, really. Again, Liverpool flattering to deceive. They at times can be awesome, but they're up against a decent team here. They were dominating possession and playing on the front foot and looked the better team until they conceded. But I just wonder, really, many saying, all right, well, Chelsea can get to within X points, and I still don't believe that Chelsea are going to overhaul them in the table. I mean, for Liverpool, it would, they'd like to think they get a point from this and then just move on, and that's dealt with, so that they don't have to worry about the league at all, and then they can put everybody away for the Champions League. If they don't qualify Champions League for next season, then it's almost like all the hard work's been in vain. It's difficult to build on the without the promise of Champions League for the calibre of player that they'd want to bring in, the marquee players. But hard to see them not getting there, whether they win, lose or draw this game. Anyway, Milner trying to make some ground, wriggles round one, and he's held off by Rudiger, and I didn't think he was going anywhere, and neither did the assistant referee, and it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, it's nice feet from James Milner, but he was running up a blind alley, and Rudiger's got the strength to just hold him off. Definitely no foul, and the ball just trickles harmlessly out of play for a goal kick. Yeah, the goal came from nowhere, really, from a Chelsea point of view, but it has just completely turned things around. Chelsea now look calm, composed, and the better side, whereas Liverpool have got a little bit ragged and certainly frustrated.
Yeah, but here comes Chelsea now with Eden Hazard, edge of the area, and he finds a good pass into the box, but it's a poor control by Fabregas. Under pressure from Robertson, lays it back to Moses. Ball into the box, headed away by Lovren. Then in the middle of the park, Wijnaldum challenges for it. Rudiger hooks it up in the air, but that's nothing more than a flick straight to Karras, who launched it long and over the halfway line, looking for Salah. But well, it's a pretty good defending from Rudiger, who happy to boot that one away into the stand. The throwing for Liverpool deep in Chelsea territory. They go back to Milner, who seems to have shrugged off that knock that he had. The ball flicked forward, but it's a poor ball, and Liverpool have to go scampering after it again. They had early control of the ball, but now it's more a 50-50 game against Chelsea, who've been buoyed by the goal. Liverpool have probably had about 60% possession, I would have said, this first half, but they've created probably just a shade more than Chelsea. But the better chance is the one that's nodded into the back of the net by Giroud. As Wijnaldum, who's having a quiet game, finds Milner, who's having a busy game. Turns away from Giroud,
Chelsea play it long,
then turns back into him. Brainless that.
Goes for an early kick into the Chelsea half.
Klein goes back to Lovren.
Up against Rudiger.
He takes a touch or two, then over the halfway line.
He's trying to do is what
It's a good pass to Robertson, who flicks it back on his inside. Alexander-Arnold, I'm not sure quite up to it really, not working quite as hard as Wijnaldum or Milner in the middle of the park, and he looks a bit more at sea really. I don't think he's having an easy game out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a tactic from Jurgen Klopp or not, but he's dropping to this right back area either instinctively or because he's been told, and Klein's floating forward on occasion, almost rotating round from time to time, but then that's meaning that Milner and Wijnaldum are having to do the work of three men, and there's only two of them in the middle of the park, so I'm not sure it's quite working, as you say, whether that's because Alexander-Arnold's not used to playing that position, or if it is a tactical move from Klopp that isn't quite working out. I'm not sure, but they may need to iron that out at half-time, Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, his problem is that he's not a Chan or a Henderson really, and although he might end up being a great midfield player at the moment, you know, sometimes you can shrink in a game. As we see Milner trying to force the pass, but that's typical of Kante, picks it off. Mane tries to win it back off him, but he can't. Then Eden Hazard goes on a run just at the edge of the area now, plenty of time on the ball, but then Firmino runs and bites into him. Eden Hazard, great skills, turns away from him, a little give and go, but Fabregas doesn't give him a good return ball, and then Van Dijk can pick off the rest and clear his lines. The ball flicked back on the inside for Wijnaldum. It was a good ball. He nearly steps on the ball, and then he's just caught in possession, but he was there to help him out. But Milner is back there and steadying the ship as Wijnaldum now breaks over the halfway line. We're into 2 minutes of added time. We've already just about nearly had a minute of that. As Robertson's now ball forward, Wijnaldum just touches it back. Milner to Robertson again. Alexander-Arnold, a nice turn from him at the edge of the area. Flicks the ball on his inside to Mane. Ball now with Salah. Lays it back for a shot. There's a stumble by Wijnaldum just at the vital moment there, just as he's about to pull the trigger. Some good play by Liverpool though, as they keep the ball, recycle it inside the Chelsea half. Ball goes behind Van Dijk, but he now finds a forward pass to Wijnaldum. Milner trying to roll it to the edge of the area. Won again though by Kante, but Liverpool win it back instantaneously. And here they go again. Parked in Chelsea territory, but really not going anywhere. Every man jack of the Chelsea boys back in their own half defending. Liverpool trying to pick their way through as they go again. Mane drives round Kante and then straight into the challenge of Bakayoko. Milner then, he does ever so well, wins the ball high up the field of play. The ball just breaks behind Firmino, who tries to get to the byline, overruns it.
Yeah, just ran out of room there, Roberto Firmino. Perhaps after he got towards the byline, he's just been swinging a leg to try and get it across. He wasn't able to, and that is the last act of the first half. Olivier Giroud's goal, the difference between the two sides. At the break, it's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross. Really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross. Really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0 at half-time. Olivier Giroud scoring the only goal of the game in the 32nd minute. Heading home, Victor Moses' deflected cross, really classy headed finish from Giroud. That came against the run of play, however, as for the opening half an hour, Liverpool were the better side. Sadio Mane had a couple of long-range efforts, well saved by Thibaut Courtois. Roberto Firmino also had an early effort saved by the Chelsea stopper. Chelsea got back into it though, got in front, and they've been the better side since then. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
And it's a very warm welcome back to our independent off-tube studio commentary of Chelsea against Liverpool. The second half at Stamford Bridge just getting underway. The first half, well, Liverpool dominated for large spells, but it's Chelsea who went into the break with their noses in front. Olivier Giroud scoring in the 32nd minute, a lovely header from Victor Moses' deflected cross, and that is the difference between the two sides. Chelsea winning, and they would move to within 2 points of Tottenham in 4th place and 3 of Liverpool in 3rd. So the race for the Champions League positions would certainly be back on if Chelsea can hold on or extend this advantage. Although, as I said, Liverpool were the better side for the majority of the first half, so that could be easier said than done, as Salah immediately finds Firmino at the start of the second period. Firmino returns it to Salah, who was quiet in the first half, booked for diving incidentally, and his shot under pressure scuffed a little bit and might have taken a deflection. Either way, it runs harmlessly through to Thibaut Courtois. It's myself, Tom McGarry, and John Hogan talking you through the rest of this afternoon's coverage. And yeah, Chelsea in front, but not at their best so far, John.
No, sorry. I mean, oftentimes you don't quite get what you deserve in football, so Liverpool have been the better team, but you know what? It's about putting it in the back of the net. Giroud scored with a brilliant header, and you put him in position A and deliver a half-decent ball to him, and that's what you're going to get. Liverpool have got their three-pronged attack, don't they? And so far, their efforts have been pretty much straight down the middle and easy for Courtois to deal with. But they've created, and you know they've had enough possession. It makes you think it might be at Anfield. You know they've been on the front foot that much. Chelsea need to play better, but here they are.
Yeah, Moses into the Liverpool penalty area, and he drives a right foot cross-come shot into a dangerous kind of area. He just had too much pace for the forwards breaking into the penalty area. I think it was Giroud and Fabregas to get on the end of it, but a really good Chelsea move. Moses has had a lot of joy down the right-hand side. He's got the better of Andy Robertson on more than one occasion. You could argue he might do a little bit better there. He's played with so much pace. He's not really given his teammates any chance of getting on the end of it. And because he's dragging it away from goal, it was never going to trouble Loris Karius.
Well, yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. Where cross come short. I mean, that expression for me covers a multitude, doesn't it? Caught in two minds, and it's a poor effort. Poor effort is all I get from that. You know, he didn't look for a teammate, a rush of blood, and I think Moses is a bit better than that. So, you know, you expect more from him. He had a stellar season when they won the title, and you know this year not quite been so strong for this team.
Yeah, he's had to share the workload a little bit with Zappa Costa as well, and that might have just affected his flow and momentum on occasion, but he seems to be having more of a run in the team at the moment, and he has played well, by in part for this game, but he should have done a little bit better and showed a bit more composure on that occasion. It's now Liverpool back in possession. It's Robertson, who certainly prefers attacking than he does defending. He rolls the ball back to Virgil van Dijk, now Dejan Lovren. Those two exchange passes, and again, like in the first half, Chelsea happy for the two Liverpool centre-backs to have possession. They're not applying too much of a high press, as again Van Dijk, with all the time in the world, strokes it across to James Milner, who plays a 1-2 with Sadio Mane. Then it's a poor ball from Milner towards Alexander-Arnold, intercepted. Hazard then tries a flick inside his own half that doesn't come off, and that could spell danger for Chelsea as Liverpool break forward. Alexander-Arnold has climbed to his right-hand side, players in the middle of as well. Bit of a rush of blood though from the youngster. He goes directly for a strike towards goal, and it goes high over the top of the crossbar. Yeah, the better players always make the right decision, don't they? And that was the wrong one there. There was a bit more play for Liverpool there before they settled on a shot. You know, just maybe it's a little bit desperate, that. But yeah, I mean, you could see Liverpool getting back in it. You know, Chelsea creating as well. They want to behave like the home team in front of their fans and getting the ball a little bit more. So I think we're in for an interesting second half. Yeah, you'd be surprised if the scoring was done and dusted at 1-0. Liverpool, only Manchester City have scored more Premier League goals than them this season, and Chelsea at home, needing the win, won't want to rest on their laurels as they're in possession inside Liverpool territory. It's Cesc Fabregas in a pocket of space, sweeps it across to Eden Hazard, who holds onto the ball, then flicks it out to the left-hand side where Rudiger's joined the attack. He's got a man overlapping in the form of Marcos Alonso. Instead he goes to Hazard, who was just about on side. He finds Fabregas, who tees up Kante, and what was nice build-up play from Chelsea ends in a poor finish, not what he's famed for, from N'Golo Kante. And Eden Hazard, who started that move and was heavily involved, clearly was getting a bit of rough contact from the Liverpool defenders. Not sure which one, because Eden Hazard has got quite a severely ripped shirt. Yeah, note to self, if I'm ever after a Chelsea shirt, get the old retro styly one and not the modern Nike one, because it might not last too long in the wash, because his shirt seems to be ripped off his front there almost. But you're going to have to get that changed, I'm sure, pretty soon. Saw Everton in their new kit yesterday, back end of the season. Looks pretty much like the old kit, I've got to say. Here come Liverpool again. Yeah, it's Salah who's dropped deep to get involved. He can't quite initially find a teammate with his pass, but it deflects kindly for Jorginho Wijnaldum, who slows the play down, rolls it infield to Virgil van Dijk. Now James Milner just outside the D of the centre circle, allows Dejan Lovren to take over. Again, patient build-up from Liverpool. Milner heavily involved, flicks a good ball around the corner to Alexander-Arnold, whose first time cross into the penalty area. It's a really poor one
from him. He hasn't quite got his range, and he played that really good pass right in the first minute to set up a chance for Roberto Firmino, but since then his range just hasn't quite been there.
No, it's right, and strangely misfiring at times, aren't they? I just can't help but I mean, I'm watching them and I'm thinking Champions League, Real Madrid, and that's just running through my brain, let alone thinking what the players are thinking. I mean, you'd assume that actually playing is a good way of not playing out that game in your head a billion times before you actually do, and having a distraction to do something else. But I bet the players thinking, maybe I don't want to overstretch in that challenge. I need to keep fit for the Champions League final, be available for selection. All those thoughts must be crossing through heads at times,
Yeah, particularly the younger players in the squad as well. It's not a very experienced Liverpool team on the whole. Lots of players in their early 20s. Alexander-Arnold, only a teenager, so yeah, you can forgive them for perhaps thinking like that. But Jurgen Klopp won't be happy. He wants his team focused on the here and now, and they have won a free kick in a reasonably dangerous position. N'Golo Kante bringing down Sadio Mane, who's probably been the pick of the Liverpool forward players. Looked quite a bit livelier than both Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah, and this could be an opportunity. James Milner stands over the free kick. Van Dijk ventures forward. Lovren's gone towards the far post. What can James Milner do? He goes short to Salah, who's not been picked up. Salah returns it into the penalty area for Mane, whose touch was a little bit sloppy. I'm not sure if he was expecting the pass. Either way, he loses out, and Hazard does a good job of retaining possession for Chelsea down the right-hand side. Not once, but twice. Fantastic strength from Eden Hazard to hold off Virgil van Dijk, and then he draws the foul and eases any potential pressure.
Yeah, and then he's just booted by Robertson. England fans, they'll be watching Hazard thinking, go on, boot him. If somebody can stop him in his tracks. But you know what, he's a bit like a rubber ball himself. He's going to change his shirt now because he'd had one ripped off his back, but he does keep on going. He's lightweight, isn't he, really? And I don't mean that in terms of intensity and all, because he's a hard worker. But he may not be the biggest individual, but he's quite rugged, is Eden Hazard, and he seems to shrug off a lot of those bad challenges. Here come Chelsea.
Yeah, Marcus Alonso with a very dangerous ball into the box. Olivier Giroud was the man who laid him off, so he wasn't in the penalty area. With Hazard off the pitch changing shirts, there wasn't really anyone in there to attack it, but such was the quality of the delivery from Alonso. Andy Robertson was taking no chances, and he clears the ball out of play for a Chelsea corner, which will be taken. An outswinger by Cesc Fabregas in towards the near post. It's headed away by Van Dijk, but there's Hazard to head the ball down and keep the attack alive for Chelsea. Moses has it, finds Fabregas, plays it into Eden Hazard once more. He's certainly looking up for this game in this second half. The Belgian Kante now goes back towards Azpilicueta, who clips the ball over the top, but the momentum disappears for Chelsea, and the ball runs harmlessly through to Loris Karius in the Liverpool goal. And Chelsea have started this second half certainly on the front foot. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. At the start of second half, Chelsea have looked pretty good value for that lead. Victor Moses has had a cross-come shot that fired wide of the target. He perhaps should have shown a little bit more composure because he had space in the penalty area. Liverpool are still seeing plenty of the ball, but it's in and around the halfway line with their defenders, and they're struggling to get in behind this Chelsea team on too many occasions. Mo Salah's been very quiet. He had one scuffed effort comfortably saved by Courtois right at the start of the half, but Chelsea looking comfortable at the moment. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
Milner on the march again, but this time his opposite number, and N'Golo Kante just reads that. Milner's playing well, but Kante just read that from a mile off, thinks, right, he's going on the burst, he'll get the return ball, I'm going to meet him at X point, take it off him, and he did. That's why Kante's such a good player. I've been the pick, really, of the Chelsea players today, as it's kept on going. And Giroud has got his goal. Nobody playing badly today, don't get me wrong, but Chelsea a little bit below par perhaps. No Pedro in that team, or Willian today. Bakayoko, goodness knows how he gets the game, but he's in there. Anyway, an opportunity now for Chelsea, but Alonso's effort was blocked away by Wijnaldum. It will break back for Eden Hazard, who drops the shoulder, and Alexander-Arnold can't get hold of him, and he keeps on going. Eden Hazard now into the box. He beats 1-2. Then he fights it across the face. This one squirms underneath Karius. Should have been dealt with by Robertson. It stayed in. And then the ball smashed out. Eventually Moses, I think, having that effort deflected. I mean, Eden Hazard at his best there.
Yeah, he's really turned up at the start of this second half. Does brilliantly, dances through the Liverpool challenges. The defenders don't want to dangle a leg. In the end, Karius unconvincing. It's scrambled behind for a corner, which Fabregas whipped into the penalty area. Chance, and it's into the back of the net. But the offside flag is raised. Antonio Rudiger was the man wheeling away. He's just realised the offside flag was up. Corner into the box from Fabregas. Chelsea won the initial header at the back post, and there was Rudiger who continued his run to head home. He is offside. It's a good decision, an easy decision really from the assistant, but Chelsea close to doubling their advantage.
Yeah, off by a mile, I'm afraid, and well, even his own fans having a laugh at him. But it was a good effort, and in the end, that little flick could have gone anywhere. But Liverpool get the ball back now. Again, they just don't defend properly, do they? But now they're on the attack. They attack properly. Mane finds Salah into the box. He goes. Can he work out a scoring opportunity? No, he cannot. And the ball will be cleared away.
Yeah, this game is certainly starting to heat up. Both sides willing to push bodies forward. It's Loris Karius, the Liverpool goalkeeper, trying to keep the tempo high. Quickly distributes the ball out to Dejan Lovren. Now James Milner on halfway with a bit of space to switch the ball out to the left-hand side. It's a good switch as well to find Andy Robertson, who plays it back in field now to Milner, about 10 yards further up the pitch than he initially was. He goes to Alexander-Arnold, who almost squeezes it through for Roberto Firmino. There's Gary Cahill to clear the ball into touch, and we're going to see the first change of the game. Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool skipper, is about to come on. Incidentally, Arsenal have scored 2 quick-fire goals, and they now lead Burnley by 3-0 in the other Premier League match going on at the moment. Alexandre Lacazette actually scored the goal just on the stroke of half-time, but Sead Kolasinac has got the third goal for the Gunners, who have surely wrapped up all 3 points. The change being made by Liverpool. It's Henderson on for Nathaniel Klein, so I can only imagine that will be Trent Alexander-Arnold reverting back to right back.
Yeah, because it's not really working out. That signals that he trusts Alexander-Arnold to be right back more than he trusts Klein, which means that Klein's very unlikely to play Champions League final. I don't think if Gomez is out that, although he'd been preferring him in the league in recent weeks, that he would go that route. So, and it makes sense. If he needs to learn on the job, Alexander-Arnold, then he's better off learning at right back where he's going to be Champions League final, as Milner puts a ball in this time too close to Courtois.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that is going to be the case with Alexander-Arnold. Fitness depending, will be the starting right back in the Champions League final. Klein's looked rusty, and he, of course, on a yellow card as well, so probably the right decision there from Jurgen Klopp, with a more orthodox central midfielder in Jordan Henderson coming on, who will go in and provide equal amount of energy to James Milner and Jorginho Wijnaldum. As Liverpool in possession, Robertson flicks it into Milner, who returns it to the Scotland international down the left-hand side. No really options, well, real options I should say, going forward, so he goes back in field to Milner, who's certainly been the man getting on the ball for Liverpool today. He finds Alexander-Arnold in the right-back position. He rolls it to Lovren. Now Van Dijk. Familiar pattern this, with Liverpool on the ball on halfway, but can they find the penetration they've been lacking so far? Milner again has it. That's a poor ball forward. He gets a second bite of the cherry, squirms it out to Robertson once again, who has to go back to Virgil van Dijk once more. This time Giroud provides a bit of a press for Chelsea, but Van Dijk plays around him, finds Lovren, who goes into the feet of Salah. His first time touch looking for Henderson doesn't quite come off. Marcus Alonso tracking back does well, then Henderson slides in, wins the ball, but the ball deflects out of play for a Chelsea throw-in, and that's the problem for Liverpool so far. They have dominated possession really from minute one, but they've just not done enough with it. They haven't looked threatening enough. They haven't moved it quickly enough.
No, I think the front three, you could forgive them for being tired after a long season, you know, and if I were them, but I wouldn't want to keep running through brick walls just to say, oh, well, you know, we scored more than we've ever, you know, for Salah to say, right, well, I've got 4 more goals and that puts me here, there, or, you know, I think you've got to conserve energy at this point of the season. They've worked hard to get where they are. I can't see that they won't play Champions League, and of course they've got the final to come, so I think they're just conserving a little bit of energy, and they haven't been quite as sharp as we might expect. They weren't against Roma either, and unless you forget, playing twice a week takes its toll as well. Their season has been a long one now, and one that has continually required them to play twice a week with their front three. So it's not often that they've been able to play the likes of Solanke and Ings and just say, oh wait, it doesn't matter, we'll play these guys, and when they do, they look a different team, and it's not for their benefit.
Yeah, perhaps Liverpool will benefit from the fact that they've got a full 7 days off until their final Premier League fixture against Brighton next Sunday, because perhaps they are just showing signs of tiredness. They will want to regroup with the Champions League final to come after that final Premier League fixture. Here's Antonio Rudiger for Chelsea, who thought he doubled the Blues' advantage when his goal was disallowed about 5 minutes or so ago. We find Victor Moses, who's flicked ball over the top, can't quite pick out a teammate. Now Liverpool might be able to break with Firmino, who goes towards Salah. His touch is loose, and that sums up his game so far. Salah, it allows Rudiger to nip in. He wins the ball back. It's cleared out to play for a Liverpool throw-in on the far side. I mean, Mo Salah's been absolutely fantastic this season, but by his own high standards, this is quite a quiet game for him against his former club.
Yeah, I was so excited when I first saw him. I mean, when he played for Basel, I think it was 2012-2013 season, and it was the year after that Basel had locked they'd beaten Man United, the Champions League. That team had Shaqiri and players like that. They were great, Valentin Stocker and all. So the next season I was interested watching him, and I thought, oh, they've unearthed an absolute gem now with this kid. And of course he went to Chelsea, and he was in that team that were famously beaten by Bradford City. He's come on leaps and bounds since Roma, incidentally, who tried to kick him off the park in midweek. So he's taken a few knocks and all that. And if anyone's got a right to feel a little bit tired, it's him. Brilliant breakthrough season in the Premier League. Having been surplus to requirements at Chelsea under Jose, but we know he throws players away, even good ones. He hasn't got time to waste with them, but. Yeah, he just looks a bit tired to me, Salah, today.
Yeah, just not quite being at it as he usually is. As Victor Moses takes a throw-in for Chelsea, the ball squirms to Cesc Fabregas, who plays it up towards Hazard, who again shows good battling spirit, but he's the man who's adjudged to have fouled his man, and the referee plays an advantage. Salah trying to capitalise, can't quite squeeze it through towards Mane, although Chelsea making a bit of a mess of trying to clear their lines. Eventually Moses can run the ball clear, and he uses great pace to drive through the middle of the park. Really good running from Victor Moses. In the end, he runs out of room and legs, and across comes Dejan Lovren to win the ball back, but that was a good pressure relieving run from Victor Moses, who's been one of the brighter players in blue today. Now Liverpool, though, can look to come forward once again. Henderson stabs it forward to Salah, who is seeing more of the ball at the moment, but again his pass is poor as he tries to pick out Mane, but credit to him and Mane win the ball back. He now rolls it sideways to Henderson, who allows Milner to take over. Now Robertson on the left hand side under pressure from Cesc Fabregas, but they play back again, Liverpool, and Van Dijk can go through the middle with Wijnaldum, who switches out to the right hand side where he finds Trent Alexander-Arnold. His early ball into the box is a decent one, headed away by Cahill. Had to read the bounce carefully there, and it's gone out of play for a throw-in on the far side. Perhaps Liverpool just trying to get the tempo going a little bit quicker now, as the quick throw-in from Alexander-Arnold towards Salah wouldn't quite stick with him, and it goes out of play for another Liverpool throw-in high up the pitch.
Yeah, I think the best thing for Liverpool, obviously, if they got a point from this, then they could forget about the league. Alternatively, watching midweek and see if Huddersfield can get a point from Chelsea, and then same thing, I think the players look really tired. They still keep going, and it's to their great credit, but they've been sloppy, haven't they, with the final ball. And instead of being super sharp, they're just a whisker away from it. And we know in the Premier League that when you're a few percentage points off, that it just doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, it's just not quite happening at the moment, as Mo Salah has again gone down quite softly inside the Chelsea penalty area. The referee not interested in pointing to the spot. It was a very half-hearted appeal from Salah, it has to be said. He's had the fewest touches. We're just getting a statistic up on our screen as we bring you off-tube studio commentary. He's only had 22 touches in the match. Roberto Firmino's had the next fewest as well, the Liverpool forward, and Loris Karius, the goalkeeper's had considerably more than both those players. So that tells you how the game's been going for Liverpool in an attacking sense. One of their few off days in the final third so far, as Chelsea looking to get their attacking line going. It's Victor Moses breaking into the Liverpool penalty area. He's looking to take on Andy Robertson, who stands him up. Moses then tries to flick a pass through, doesn't quite come off, but he retains possession, finds Fabregas. Now Alonso on the edge of the box, but his ball forward to Bakayoko is a poor one. Then there might have been handball from Bakayoko. I think the referee thought about giving the free kick. He thinks better of it in the end, and Liverpool will settle for a throw-in over on the far side. But that probably just shows how it's gone from an attacking point of view for Liverpool. They just can't get, whether that's the quality in the midfield or the defence, or it is because Salah, Firmino are a little bit tired off the pace. It's probably a combination of the two, but they just can't get that rhythm going. They can't get them involved enough.
No, I mean, like we talked about, it's a few percentage points off it. It's not like, it's not deadly obvious, and it's not as if they're not trying. But you know, sometimes it's just not there for you, or indeed the incentive. You know, they pretty much know that, you know, they're going to challenge, they're going to qualify Champions League. It'd be an absolute catastrophe, and a lot would have to go wrong, and it's not likely to. So given that, you know, there are many reasons why they're below par today.
Chelsea still lead Liverpool by a goal to nil, and they've created the better opportunities in the second half. Eden Hazard's looked very lively since the restart. He danced his way into the Liverpool penalty area before his cross come shot into the box. Wasn't really dealt with by Loris Karius. In the end, the ball was squirmed behind for a corner. There's also been a goal disallowed for Chelsea from that resulting corner. Fabregas' delivery, a Chelsea man won it at the back post. Rudiger was there to provide the finishing touch from close range, but he was offside, and it was the correct decision to disallow it. Liverpool continue to see all of the ball, but they can't get their forward players involved, so it remains Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
So a long ball forward for Chelsea, and two Liverpool players collide. Van Dijk goes down. Anthony Taylor comes across and said, well, you banged into your own player, that's why I'm not giving anything. Anyway, it's still Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. I think Fabregas went for the same ball as Van Dijk there, and Van Dijk went with his chest, Fabregas with his foot, and that's why he was moaning a bit, but there wasn't anything too much there. Ball given away by Robertson. He's not having a good game today, and now it's Kante, and he's read play ever so well a few times, but this time it's Milner who takes it away from Kante and returns the favour. But Liverpool give the ball away again, and Eden Hazard at the edge of the area. Well, he wants a lot of time on the ball, and he gets it. A good play that, and he finds Alonso. Now he puts the ball into the box to nobody. Terrible chest back by Roberts, and what is he thinking about there?
Yeah, as you say, it's not been his game. It's his first off match really in a while, because he has been so impressive over the second half of the season. I could tell you Alex Iwobi's made it 4-0 to Arsenal in the other Premier League game currently going on. Perhaps Burnley, who have now got Europa League football wrapped up, have just taken their eye off the ball slightly. But we're approaching the final 20 minutes of this game, so I'll hand you over to John to take you through to the full-time whistle.
Yeah, when you don't quite have the incentive, you don't quite play so well, do you? And well, here's an opportunity. Ball into the box. Bakayoko heads it, and now Rudiger on the half turn. He smashed it up in the air. Not a great effort, that. Yeah, I did a game yesterday, Leicester against West Ham. West Ham weren't quite saved, didn't quite know, and they won comfortably against the team. Leicester should have been last game of the season at home. You'd have thought, you know, putting the pageant on for the fans instead. They weren't terrible, but they just didn't have the incentive, and you know, went on and lost. Here Liverpool, without quite the incentive to go on and run through the brick wall to go and get a point from Chelsea away from home, don't quite look like they're up to it. But well, they keep on going, don't they? And here Mane just runs the ball out. He's on the half turn there. Aspilicueta just shadowing that run, dealt with him fairly comfortably. And so Chelsea will have a throw deep in their own territory, and we'll try and find a way out. They probably need the second goal just to kill this game off, don't they, Chelsea?
Yeah, although they look reasonably comfortable defensively, we know with Liverpool's attacking qualities that it only takes one moment of magic or lapse in concentration at the back for Chelsea and they could well be punished, so they will want the second goal. As we keep mentioning the incentive, it's more important the 3 points for them, you would suggest, to keep their top 4 hopes alive. So yeah, they could do that second goal and probably want it quite quickly, because you imagine when we get into the final 10-15 minutes they'll naturally sit back and it could be a bit of one-way traffic from there on out.
Yeah, looks like Liverpool ready to make another change. I think that was Solanke about to come on. I would take Salah off. I think he did get a good kicking off the Roma players as much as anything else, and you know, Solanke could take his place. I might be wrong, it might be for Mane or Firmino, who knows. You can't really read Klopp's mind, can you? He's one of those law unto himself. And if Firmino comes back deep and wins the ball, Liverpool have it. The red shirts trying to get forward now. Robertson flicks a header forward for Mane. He's done all right today. Robertson again, ball back, wasn't so good, but Mane picks it up again in midfield. Rolls it forward. Salah just looking to turn it into the box. He goes. He carries the ball with him momentarily. Can he turn? Yes, he can. He's looking for the give and go. Back heel from Firmino through a crowded area. Was never going to reach him. And then Eden Hazard, brilliant from him. He spins, he turns, he beats one. He's held off Wijnaldum. Now he races into the box. Can he get the return ball just over his head? Brilliant from Eden Hazard. He said he got a shove in the back there and saying, "Where's my penalty?"
Yeah, I think that's tongue-in-cheek more than anything. There's a wry smile on his face, but Chelsea looking really dangerous there, breaking on the counter-attack. Hazard's been the best player on the pitch in this second half. He's really up the ante and run the ball nicely when he's got the opportunity to do so. At the other end, Liverpool trying to almost score the perfect goal, the 1-2 of Salah and Firmino on the edge of the box. Firmino did have a man to his right-hand side. He tried to feed it back through to Salah when there was at least 3 or 4 Chelsea defenders in the way, and it just broke down.
Yep, obviously Firmino's back heel got through the crowd, then maybe there's an easy goal. Here's Milner at the edge of the area, but the little give and go doesn't work out for him, and he tries to win it back. Moses now on the ball for Chelsea. Deep in his own half, he plays a percentage ball down the line, but it won't reach the intended target. Kante nearly wins it back, but Mane now gets it back from Milner. Milner's having a grand game really, and orchestrating them, but now Henderson's in the middle. He looks for James Milner. Right foot on the left hand side, he drives forward, finds Robertson. Now Mane come a bit deeper. Henderson, Mane. Liverpool then, they're working it left to right at the edge of the area. There's Alexander Arnold. He's held up by Marcus Alonso. Ball now back with Lovren and Wijnaldum. Liverpool keeping the ball nicely as Robertson then finds Mane left hand side at the edge of the area. Chips a little ball in to Firmino, able to turn, get the cut back, but there's nobody there. And eventually Marcus Alonso will clear his lines to nobody in particular.
Yeah, it's a bit of a desperate clearance in the end from Alonso. Chelsea, perhaps they are now starting to sit a little bit deep and invite on a bit of pressure. Good ball into the box, wasn't it, from Firmino? Just wasn't enough bodies in there in a red shirt. Only really Salah to aim at. This is a very interesting change, though. We're speculating who's going to come off. Don't think we had left back Andy Robertson particularly in mind.
Well, he's not having a good game, but do you know what? I want to put Solanke on for Robertson. Milner goes left back, and he's saying, well, it's something very confusing. He's just made a signal. 4-2-3-1-2. I don't know what that means. Anyway, he will know. I guess Milner's gone left back anyway, and Solanke, goodness knows where he's playing, but now Milner gets the ball caught in his feet as he holds off Moses, rolls the ball to the edge of the area. Firmino can't get there. Kante, you assumed he was going to get there. Bakayoko runs into trouble again, then he falls over. He gets dead lucky. Firmino's cross, but he probably did foul him there. Bakayoko keeps turning into trouble. I've no idea what he brings to the party.
It's just not happened for him all season. He was a very good player at Monaco last term, part of the team that won the French title and got to the Champions League semi-finals, but he's just not settled. He may get better in a second season in English football if he's given the opportunity by Antonio Conte or whoever's in charge at Chelsea next term, but yeah, it hasn't happened for him really in this game, and that's almost summed up his season.
Yeah, pretty much. I've seen Pedro play in the middle. I've been quite impressed by him recently. And I think you you want to squeeze as much out of Pedro as you can. When he plays inside right or left, he drifts in and out of the game a little bit. But anyway, Chelsea defending Azpilicueta, and then Milner wins his header and sets the ball rolling again. Mane's ball forward, looking for Solanke, but he can't get in the end of that one, and in the end is well marshalled by Azpilicueta.
Yeah, it's not the pass isn't good enough from Sadio Mane. Solanke makes a good run, and Mane needs to weight it better. He doesn't get enough purchase on it, and it gives the opportunity for Azpilicueta to slide in and win the ball. And again, it's just breaking down for Liverpool in the final third. Mane looked really bright in the first half and was their best creative force, but he's gone quiet like Salah and Firmino as the games wore on, and yeah, just breaking down when Liverpool can't afford it to.
Wonder how many touches Milner's had today. We're talking about Salah with the fewest. Milner's been on the ball constantly, hasn't he? And he's used it really well. Lots of energy from him. We talked about how he can play lots of positions well, and now he's ended up left back again. He's all right foot, but it doesn't matter. He does that well, like Azpilicueta had done for Chelsea. But now he's on the right hand side of a back three. And actually, those guys have done all right. Gary Cahill, for me, jury out on him. I'm not sure I'd be taking him to the World Cup, but then when you look at what there is, it's almost inevitable that he would go. Anyway, now the ball out to the right hand side, and Liverpool slowly come forward now. Not like them, they're usually like a force of nature, but it is warm out there. Ball back with Milner, who flicks it forward. It's a good ball, and a terrible return ball from Solanke, who's not done an awful lot since he's come on, but Liverpool win it back immediately. 78 minutes on the clock, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0, and here come Liverpool. Ball into the box, a chance for a spin and a turn, maybe a shot, but it's not forthcoming. The ball driven to the edge of the area there by Henderson. Breaks back for Wijnaldum. Here come Liverpool again. Milner, chance for a cross, puts a good looking ball into the box, nodded back where it came. And well, Chelsea defending deep now, and just been put under a bit of a siege, but Alonso does really well there and blocks the latest attempt at a cross, and then Henderson puts the ball out of play, and it will be a Chelsea throw.
Yeah, it was better from Liverpool in terms of the tempo, though. They got good incisive balls into the box and just caused the Chelsea defence to have to up the ante ever so slightly. They withstood that challenge like they have for the majority of the contest, but you do just sense, we mentioned it a few minutes ago, that they are starting to sit deeper and deeper. We can't underestimate how important it is for Chelsea to get a win in this game. I think Marcus Alonso just got in the book for time wasting, so that shows how important it is. But against this Liverpool team for the best part of 15 minutes, they can't just sit back and defend.
Well, if you're beating Liverpool, then you beat the team that beats Man City, aren't you? So you're on a par with the title winners. You know, obviously it's 3 points to get them closer to the Reds as well. You want to finish as high up the table as you can, and for Chelsea, that's their mission. Here comes Moses. Then great ball across. A shot comes in. Oh, that was close. Brilliant volley from Marcus Alonso, left-footed. Purebred strike there, but although it got carried scampering, it wasn't goal bound.
Yeah, just what technique that is from Marcus Alonso. I must admit, I thought for a split second that was nestling in the back of the net. It's the opposite side, but it's very Marco van Basten-esque from Euro 88. It's a fantastic strike and full stretch. I don't think Karius was going to get there. That's only half a yard at most beyond the far post.
Yeah, it's a good effort, that. Close but no cigar. 10 minutes left of regulation play as Milner then flicks it back in the middle for Wijnaldum. He's had a quieter game now with Lovren. The ball out to right hand side. Alexander-Arnold. You got Henderson through the middle. The ball goes back to Alexander-Arnold, who has Salah ahead of him. Rudiger holds him up. He's still willing to try and win a foul there, Salah, rather than play for the ball, and it's Chelsea who come away with it. Kante finds Hazard. He beats one. Shimmies past the second. Drives past the third. And goes sideways then. And then it's good work by Milner. He spots Moses coming, and it's going to be a Liverpool throw-in. And Moses, a bit of messing about, time wasting. Fabregas then arguing with the the referee, but we know what he was doing there, messing about.
Yeah, I mean, he must have known that he got the last touch. He's seen the referee's assistants gave the decision, and then he throws the ball away from James Milner. So like Alonso on the other side, time wasting, he rightly goes into the book, and still 10 minutes to play. It's early for Chelsea to be using those tactics so obviously, but again, it just underlines how important it is for them to get the 3 points.
Milner sweeps a great looking ball forward, the ball controlled on the inside, then is Mane, played in by Firmino. Now Milner still making a bit of ground down that flank, but he's closed down by 2, gets a left foot crossing, nobody's read that. He needed somebody at the near post. Salah just on his haunches there. The front 3 looked tired, I think, but anyway, Mane's probably got a bit more wind in his sails than the other 2 at the minute. Wijnaldum chips the ball, but slightly behind Alexander-Arnold, but he can pick it up deep in Chelsea territory. I mean, it's football at a standstill now. It's like 2 heavyweights who are in the 12th round or something. They both swinging away, but there's not much action really. Anyway, Arsenal 5 now, Burnley 0. Aubameyang has scored again. He's second of the game, I think. Anyway, ball chipped into the box for Liverpool. Out comes the Courtois, and it just needs to be a little bit better than that for the Reds.
Into the closing exchanges, still Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0, but Chelsea are sitting very deep now, trying to hold on to what they've got. Liverpool dominating possession. They've thrown forward Dominic Solanke on for fullback Andy Robertson. For all their territory though, they can't really create any goal scoring opportunities. The front 3 of Mane, Salah and Firmino look very tired, and in fact Chelsea on the breakaway have looked arguably the more dangerous of the 2. Marcus Alonso from a Victor Moses cross tried an audacious volley, fantastic effort, would have been one of the goals of the season. It just whistled wide of the target with Loris Karius standing no chance. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
Firmino robbed by Fabregas, but he can't force that ball forward, and Firmino picks it up. Now Henderson in the middle of the park in the centre circle. He takes a look what's around him. An easy ball out to right for Alexander-Arnold. He flicks it back on his inside for Henderson. 7 minutes of regulation play left as now Virgil van Dijk playing total football, rolls forward. Milner then to Mane. Mane then cuts onto his right hand side, goes central, looking for runners. Doesn't really find too many. Ball goes now to Alexander-Arnold, laid back. Ball cross into the box. Plenty of red shirts in there. It's not been clear. Courtois can't come. Moses heads it away. Will break to the edge of the area. Milner now under pressure from Azpilicueta, but we'll hold him off and we'll wait for the throw, which he takes quickly. Gets the ball back. Milner flicks it out of his feet, finds Wijnaldum. Can he find a finish here? Well, instead he rolls the ball across the face. Ball goes to the right hand side, little layback. Ball into the box. Looks a good one as well. It might be touched in. Azpilicueta gets a foot to that, and well, he could have scored an own goal. Instead, he flicks it back, and does Courtois pick it back up off Azpilicueta?
Yeah, he does. I don't think it's a deliberate pass back from Azpilicueta, which is why the referee hasn't made a decision. Great ball into the box from Henderson, really whipped in to a dangerous area, but everyone bar Roberto Firmino had made a run towards the near post, and he couldn't get on the end of it at the far. So, opportunity again for Liverpool. They're getting the ball into dangerous areas now. They just can't quite find that final pass, that final cross to link midfield to front.
No, they can't, but they've kept on going, haven't they? I would argue they deserve the point today. They've played like it's Anfield, dominate possession for the most part, being on the front foot. They've looked a long way away from being a team that's in the Champions League final, I've got to say, but they've had to work hard recently, and I think that's told its tale as well. The ball flicked forward for Hazard leaves a lot to be desired, and here come Liverpool again. One thing is certain, that they might be off it a little bit today, but they're still relentless, and well, it's like a juggernaut that's you put petrol instead of diesel in or something like that. They're rolling along, but you can get out of the way of them. As Anthony Taylor finds another yellow card, and we're going to see Willian come on now. Fresh legs and an injection of pace perhaps for Chelsea, and for Eden Hazard, who I think me and Tom would both agree had been man of the match.
Yeah, he's been brilliant in this second half. in particular. He seems to get substituted an awful lot from Antonio Conte. Perhaps he's just put so much in, he is running out of energy. He's getting a standing ovation from the Chelsea supporters, and it's certainly not a bad replacement to bring on in Willian, and he'll get 5 minutes. There'll be plenty of energy, and probably he's going to be asked when he gets the ball just to keep hold of it, run the clock down as best he can.
Yep, and well, Aidan Hazard played his part there. You know, he's a marquee player. Lots of clubs would be interested if he became available. He's going to be great for Belgium in the World Cup. He's going to be fantastic for them. I see them getting through their group. They would be the favourites in that group that includes England. And yeah, they might have a stab at winning the World Cup this time around. Anyway, Milner fires the ball forward to Mane, gets it out with his feet. The ball goes backwards. Milner again driving down the left-hand side. His all right foot swings a good-looking ball in, slightly in behind Firmino. He can do nothing with it. Firmino chases it, and that's typical of him. Just doesn't believe in lost causes, does he, Roberto Firmino? And Liverpool have the ball back. But, well, they're wading through treacle a bit. Milner, another good ball for Mane. And then just a slide by Solanke as he's looking to play teammates in. And, well, he hasn't really had a great effect since he's come on, but here come Liverpool again. Long ball down the middle. Courtois comes out and he can drop on that ball, no problem.
Yeah, Solanke just, for me, feels like he's trying too hard. Of course, he's another former Chelsea player like Salah where it didn't quite work out, and every time he's getting on it, he's desperate to do something. He's almost, rather than worrying about getting his touch sorted out, he's already trying to think about what he's trying to do, which is a good thing in a lot of ways. But if your touch isn't right, then there's no point in thinking about what you're going to do next, because you're going to lose possession cheaply, like he has on at least 2 or 3 occasions during the 10-15 minutes he's been on the field.
Do you know what? Danny Ings is on there as well, but for me, I like that young kid, Ben Woodburn. I just think he's definitely got something about him. Really raw as well, but anyway, I might have given him a go, but it's a big game, isn't it? So, anyway, Mane turns, there's a free kick, referee wants to bring it back, slow the game down. Klopp ready to bring Moreno on now, and it looks like maybe Zappacosta is the other man waiting to come on for Chelsea. Anyway, here come Liverpool trying to play out from the back with Alexander-Arnold on the overlap down the right hand side. They're going backwards, but Lovren will put the ball in the box. Not a bad ball, there's a header, it's gone over the top, and that's Solanke.
Yeah, good ball in from Lovren, and it's not the worst header in the world from Dominic Solanke. He's a long way out, so he's got to try and generate power and keep the accuracy. He's not quite able to do the latter, as it ends up nestling on the roof of the net, but it's not a million miles away, and we've criticised his performance so far, but decent effort towards goal. In terms of the chances created by Liverpool in this match, it has to go down as a good one.
Milner goes off. He's worked so hard today. He was hobbling after about half an hour. He just kept on going. I think he'd been Liverpool's best player today. Alberto Moreno, an obvious choice to replace him, as Davide Zappacosta will come on for Moses. Surely that would be it. But, well, Fabregas having a moment with the referee. I don't know what's going on now. Anthony Taylor. It is Victor Moses going off. I think he's a better player than Zappacosta. Certainly brings more to the party, but Zappacosta maybe a little bit more defensive minded.
Yeah, probably. So Moses has had a good game. He's worked hard. He is on a yellow card as well. So just a freshen up in all respects, I think, with Zappacosta coming on, plus running down the clock a little bit more.
Kais has got to come out under pressure from Willian, and then Moreno clears his lines. Long ball, percentage ball. That's Cahill's come and headed that back where it came, and it will be a throw-in for Liverpool that Moreno will take down the left-hand side. So we're into the last minute of regulation play. I don't think there's been that many stoppages really. I guess at most it'd be 4 minutes, but I'm probably thinking 3. Anyway, we're yet to see the board go up. Here come Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold beats one man, but that's only Bakayoko. I don't think he counts. Ball launched to the edge of the area, nodded back in. Now for Sadio Mane, he drives back on the inside, an opportunity. Ball laid back for Salah, he can't get a shot away. A little Marseille turn from him. He recycles the ball now with Henderson at the edge of the area. A chance for Alexander-Arnold. He can put the ball back in again. Way too deep. Way too deep.
Really poor ball from Alexander-Arnold at the pivotal time. They've worked it well there. Liverpool have kept the attack alive. Henderson pings it out to Alexander-Arnold, who's got time, he's got space, but he just has a rush of blood, and not for the first time he sends it harmlessly out of play. It is 4 minutes of stoppage time, by the way. I think John Antonio Conte, like you, felt 3 minutes was more likely. He's just had a moan towards the fourth official, but 25 seconds into stoppage time, there's still a time for Liverpool to create one more opportunity.
Yeah, there is, and grab a point. Chelsea have held them at bay lights this second half, but Liverpool have been on the front foot, and you know, they've worked ever so hard. It'd be, I wouldn't begrudge them a point if that ball did hit the back of the net, but here they go again, and well, the referee intervenes this time. It hits him on the back, but Moreno comes and fetches it. Then Willian puts Wijnaldum under pressure, and Wijnaldum's forced to go back to his own keeper. Karius now rolls it forward, and well, at the moment it looks like Giroud's header will be the goal that lands the spoils for Chelsea. There's 3 minutes left. We see a long ball now into the box, headed up in the air by Azpilicueta, but he will look to get on the end of that. And so lazy there, Moreno couldn't be bothered. The man who headed the ball got on the end of his own ball there when he was second favourite to it. That's a bit typical of Moreno. Anyway, Liverpool have the ball, come forward again. This time it will be with Moreno. Good control from him on his left thigh. Then he puts an early ball in. Decent looking ball actually. And that ball very nearly nodded out for a corner by Alonso, but in the end he just hooks that one clear.
Yeah, he did really well actually under pressure. He probably would have expected him to put it straight out for a corner, but he nods it down for himself, and then instead he's able to hook it away for a throw, and it gives Chelsea an opportunity to make their third and final change, with Pedro about to enter the fray.
Forgot Fabregas was on, but there we go. He played his part today, and he gets a good hand from the fans, and well, he will want to shake it each and every hand if that will wind down the clock enough to get them 3 points. So he saunters off, and Pedro takes his place, and the clock keeps rolling, and Klopp looks on. But well, Liverpool haven't been terrible today by no manner of means, but they've been way off their best, and you know, this kind of performance wouldn't win them Champions League. We see Real Madrid, who've been slightly off form as well though this season, and it's going to be an interesting game. That I hope it lives up to the billing a little bit, and that Liverpool can bring their A game. For me, I'd make Real Madrid just slight favourites. I'm not sure how the bookies have got that, but here come Liverpool, edge of the area again. Ball just might break out. Now Alexander-Arnold, can he deliver? Good looking ball in, might break to manage the edge of the area, and he's held up by Zappacosta, but puts a good looking ball in. It's an opportunity, and a header from Solanke, and again he's missed his mark with that. Should he have done better, Tom?
Well, Mane does well. He holds it up, and then whips the ball in with his right foot. Solanke under pressure. I think you've got to give credit to Antonio Rudiger in now. He challenges with Dominic Solanke, puts him off. It's a tussle there. He just nudges him as he's going towards the ball. So a difficult chance again for Solanke. At least he's in the area. He's trying to get on the end of it, but I think Rudiger does just about enough.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it was good defending in the end. He put him under pressure, and Solanke couldn't get what he wanted of that. Well, the game about to end. The Liverpool fans, though, are in good voice. They've got a lot to look forward to, and they're enjoying how their team play under Klopp. Win, lose or draw, you're not going to win them all. Chelsea and Stamford Bridge are a harder place to go. They might have deserved more out of it, but looks like they're just going to get a big fat nothing. And Chelsea 3 points today for one decent attack and a Giroud header, as Pedro runs down a blind alley, but he goes backwards. Then the ball chipped up in the air. We're over 94 minutes now, 94 and a half. Last chance saloon then for Liverpool. The ball back with Karius. He flicks it forward. Alexander-Arnold, a Hail Mary, long ball headed up in the air. Will break now to Mane. Can he get a ball in? Be the last action of the game. decent looking ball into the box, nodded on, straight into the hands of Courtois.
Yeah, that should be that. Antonio Conte certainly thinks so. He's screaming on their sideline. Liverpool have huffed and puffed in this game, dominated possession, but it does look like Chelsea are going to keep this top 4 race alive.
Yeah, Conte's going mad, isn't he? Well, the referee eventually blows his whistle. Final score, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer.